Islam, 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 Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation by night and by day. Through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amen, Islam, 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 Islam. Praises be to Allah. Praises be to Allah. Before I share anything, I want to keep in the spirit of today. Today is Sunday. So for us Moorish American Muslims, we have on our mind our questionnaire. Islam, praises be to Allah and honors to his prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Who made you? Allah. Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. Can we see him? No. Where is the nearest place to meet him? In the heart. Islam, in the heart. Islam, what is the duty of a prophet? To save nations from the wrath of Allah. Islam, to save nations from the wrath of Allah. Save nations from the wrath of Allah. So I hear the prophet. The prophet is here to save us from harming ourselves. He's here to save us in many forms and fashions if we be still and just have an ear to hear. Remember, the Moorish Temple of America was founded for the uplifting of fallen humanity. The Moorish Temple of America was founded for the uplifting of fallen humanity. So what I'd like to share today is myself, Brother Arnell Bay, and those who work with us in Chicago and throughout the different states as Moorish American Muslims, as officers under Prophet Noble Drew Ali, home office under home rule, which you can find back to the Prophet. We just want to use the words of the Prophet in all things and in all ways to back up what we're doing and how we're moving in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam. Prophet Noble Drew Ali stated that it must be kept in mind, Islam, and this is an announcement that he did to all the governors, grand chiefs, and heads of all officials. And I'm going to read Islam. Prophet Noble Drew Ali stated that it must be kept in mind that no great movement can take a definite shape in 2 or 3 years, so as it is to be error-proof. Prophet Noble Drew Ali further stated, however, through accumulating experiences such as annual convention, we ought to bear witness to a more perfect and wider functioning organization. And excuse me on some of the typos as I'm reading this, representing the organized experience of men and women, members throughout the country, and possibly in time the world over. And it's a period here, but it reads, and continuing, Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, constructive criticism is accepted. Okay. Outside of our ranks is welcome. And this is a misprint. I'm going to get the real copy of this to share it again and read it again. But this is the last paragraph up to all governors, grand sheiks, and head officials of all temples. And I won't say where I just pulled this from. I was actually given this. There's a lot of misprints in here from a group of Moors. But what I wanted to share with you in here is when we're looking at this, the prophet was letting us know in that particular time that a lot of things that you see, it's a lot of things that happened back then that we shouldn't be going through today, because this is not a new movement, okay? And the work that we're doing is not new, Islam. But at the same time, Moors, we got to learn to quit being so radical when someone share or criticize something they see that we're sharing or we're giving to the people, but it doesn't add up to them in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We got to be still sometimes more and quit coming so chaotic because it's running people away from the Moorish Science Temple of America, which means we're giving Prophet Noble Drew Ali a black eye. Okay? The Prophet Noble Drew Ali speaks to the nations. Okay? And this is what he said. If you have race pride and love your race, then join the Moorish Science Temple of America and become a part of the divine movement. And then you will have power to redeem your race because you know who you are and who your forefathers were. Because where there's unity, there's strength. Together we stand. Divided, we fall. So I like to stop there real quick. A lot of people asking them, where's the Supreme Grand Council? And where's this? And where is that? My first question to you, are you a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America? Not to sound cocky, not to be. Are you a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America? What concern would it be to you about the Supreme Grand Council, about the Supreme Grand Sheikh, or any of the work if you're not coming in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice and doing the first thing that the prophet asks us to do? If you have race pride and you love your race, then join the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam, and become a part of this divine movement. Then we can fix some issues and we can give you the favorable reply that you're looking to hear. The Supreme Grand Council, if I can stop Morris, and I don't want to sound cocky and I don't arrogant, okay? There's a Supreme Grand Council. And no, it does not consist of just one group of Moors from one so-called Supreme Grand Sheikh. There's a Supreme Grand Council, Moors. Islam. What would consist of the Supreme Grand Council? Wouldn't it be 7 sheikhs or more? Well, I'd like to share with you at home office under home rule with Prophet Noble Ali Moors. There's sheikhs with us from every group of the Moorish Science Temple of America that's lawfully chartered. Let me say that again. With us, there's a sheikh or officers from every group of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Okay? You're looking for the Supreme Grand Council? They're working. We have those from every department or every group besides Braswell Bay today. They're not actually members with Braswell Bay today. Okay, and I'm not trying to just moan his name for any certain reason. And another thing with me, Morris, we don't despise or get into set tripping or hating on any group of Moors in the Moorish Science Temple of America. Islam, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali actually stipulated to us in a warning from the Prophet. He said, there's no favorite in paragraph 2, there's no favorite in any of the temples. For the laws laid down, and everyone who claims a part of the work must be governed accordingly. Islam? Pardon me. Yes, sir. There's no favorite in any of the temples, for the laws laid down, and everyone who claims a part of the work must be governed accordingly. All are one. This is what the prophet said. There is no Kirtman Bay group of Moors. There are no such thing as E. Millil group of Moors. There is no E. Givensale group of Moors. Islam, there is but one temple in this nation, and there is but one prophet of temples. The words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I come to speak to all nations. So let me look at it this way. All those nations that y'all thinking of, y'all thinking he's just speaking about outside of us. What if he was speaking about, he's a prophet now. Let's look at this. What if he was letting us know of the times to come, of the different generals from the different houses? Recital Ill is a general. Prayford Ill is a general. R. Jones Bay is a general. E. Braswell Bay is a general. Brother D. Bailey Ill is a general. Speak to all the nations. Brother Edward Gill is a general, bringing them a message of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. In the head of every temple, if anyone has violated the divine laws, you're supposed to step down, shut them off, stop. Words of the prophet. So we are one through the words of Prophet Noble Ali, through the deeds that we have to create through Prophet Noble Ali. The work, the deeds, the acts make us one, oneness with Allah. So if you have race pride and you love your race, you should join the Moorish Temple of America and become a part of this divine movement. Then you will have power to redeem your race because you'll know who you would know who you are and you'll know who your forefathers were. Because where there is unity, there is strength. Together we stand, divided we fall. Come, good people, because I, the prophet, sent to redeem this nation from mental slavery, which you have now. This is what the prophets say. Need everyone who think that their conditions can be better. This is a field open to strong men and women to uplift the nations and take your place in the affairs of man. Listen, if the Europeans and the other nations, now this is, he called them out. If the Europeans and the other nations are helping me, why not you? It is your problem. The Negro problem is only being solved as it can, and it is through the Moorish Divine National Movement. And I'd like to stop there for a minute because we need help. On the corporate side of the movement, people think that they need to go outside and create another government, create another entity with you. The charter that we received, okay? I don't have a warrant of authority. Praises be to Allah. We have the charter, the corporate charter. We'd like to share it with you of the 10-10-5905 of Prophet Noble Ali. And they have your charges in there, what you're supposed to carry out according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, Islam. And in here, you will see that the prophet was about establishing businesses. The prophet was about establishing things for us, by us. And we can't be molested by anyone if we're under Prophet Noble Ali. And the Europeans are going to help him carry out, and other nations are going to help him carry out his laws. Because the way it's written, the way he did it, using corporate law, business law, international law, we can't do what the prophet has done because he was guided by Allah to give it to us. But now what we have to do is carry out the divine mission. He said, he said, the Negro problem is only being solved as it can, and it is through the Moorish National Divine Movement. And if you have a nation, you must have a free national name in order to be recognized by this nation as American citizens. This is what it was meant when it said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. Let's work. Let's work, Moors. That's what I come to share with you. Let us get some work done in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I'm sitting here reading the words of Prophet Noble Ali, there is no big I's and little U's. We have the supreme words of Prophet Noble Ali, and it's in your general laws, and we got some work to do. Let's work. Think this over, you Moors. All sheiks, grand sheiks, must prepare for the prophet before he comes to visit them. Islam? Then when you come over to paragraph 3, read it. Some of you have slipped drastically, and you had better lace up your shoes before I get there. Everything, every business transaction or anything pertaining to finance to be transacted in the name of the Moorish Temple of America or Noble Ali. We Moors must maintain a grand treasure, just as in the days of our forefathers. Then you are a nation. Until then, you are nothing. The words of the prophet. So it takes finance to uplift this nation. And the prophet called us a nation again for those who say we're not a nation. Think this over, you Moors. Read it for yourself. He said also in paragraph 4, in 5, he said the heads of all temples, grand sheiks must conform to the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. They must live they must live life among the members and be loved even as the prophet is loved. Words of the prophet. They must not practice the principles of segregation among any group in his or her temple. Let it be he or she that is the head of any temple of the Moorish Temple of America, that if there should come any grievance that cannot be settled by the head, Notify the prophet at once. And this is what we want to do. And we can do this through home office, Morris. So contact us. We're setting up a way that we can actually have our own intel, our own, a way that we can shut down some things and even arrest in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam, there's a lot of work that we can do using the charter of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and be backed up by the Prophet and be backed up by religious law. Give us a call. We need help. We have many programs going on. We've got Postmaster. Do you want to become a Postmaster? I have someone who wants to share with you how you can become a Postmaster. Take this back to your temple. Your temple can bring in a couple of $1,000s monthly as Postmasters, okay? General Postmasters, okay? We have a way that you can contract and do this. We have other programs set up. We have a hemp forum. Contact Sister K. Glover Ill and get the information about the hemp forum, okay? Not only do we have that, we have a shelter program that's going on in Chicago, and we need your help. But we also want to make sure that we get Moorish American Muslims in this shelter program. Give us a call, 1-877-808-2477, extension 112 for the homeless shelter program that's going into Chicago, Illinois, okay? Also, visit us at mstahohr805.co. Okay, visit us, and we invite all to come out and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and let us come together to clean up ourselves, to clean up our communities. But I also like to leave a divine warning from the prophet for the nations. The citizens of all free national governments, according to the national constitution, are all of one free bearing name, family bearing one free national name, Those who fail to recognize the free national name of the constitutional government are classed as undesirables. I don't know if Moors really are teaching this in their Sunday schools, but you need to understand, look up the term, what is an undesirable? What and how do that hurt us today if we're classed as undesirables in schools, in banking, or in public institutions, or whatever we're doing? How does this being classed as an undesirable harm us? And it harm us in many ways. You need to go to Sunday school so you can get a true understanding of this. And it can be tied back biblically and as well as Quranic. All subjects, undesirables are subject to inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. See, that's universal law. Nationality is the order of the day, and it is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of free national government and cling to names and principles that delude to slavery. Act 6, Morris. Act 6 is what the prophet is instructing you. I, the prophet, was prepared by great Allah. He wasn't prepared by no man. He wasn't prepared by all these people that you hear. He said, I was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers' divine and national principles. So he didn't recreate something. He did something for the law, Morris. He was guided by Allah. Okay? Nothing spooky. That they will be law abiders and receive their divine rights as citizens according to the free national constitution that was prepared for free national beings. They are to claim to their own free national name and religion. There is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government of the earth, and that is through the connection of the Moorish divine national movement, which is incorporated in this government and recognized by all the nations of the world. And through it, they and their children can receive their divine rights unmolested by other citizens that can cast a free national ballot at the polls under the free national constitution of the state's government and not under a granted privilege as it has been in the conditioning for many generations. That's a lot that the prophet just shared with you, Moors. We have divine rights. And the only way you're going to learn about your divine rights is through Prophet Noble Drew Ali, which means you need to become a member of the Moorish Temple America. You need to make your way to Sunday school, and you need to start asking these questions so that you can understand how to move in law. Islam. He said, you who doubt whether I'm the prophet and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in the city hall and among the officials in your government and ask them under intelligent tone. Now, what's that intelligent tone that we like to leave with you? Ask them about what the prophet did, right? Ask them in an intelligent tone about the Herds Revised Statute, chapter 32, as I read it, section 36. And then, if you're an officer, show them your charter and see how you can move according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice using your charter. You don't have to go out and create anything. If you're with the prophet, you should be able to do certain things in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to save those that's with you and those who are working with you. And if you don't know those things, give us a call. We want to share it with you. There's no big eyes and little U's with you. We don't get caught up into the Kirkman Bay, the Emily Ill, the Given Zeal. When I read what the prophet did in the county of Cook, it reads Noble Drew Ali. I don't see all those other names. It says Prophet Noble Drew Ali ordained by Allah. So let us get back to that mind frame. With that, I see all of them as uncles in our family, and I see all of them as generals. Chapter 47, verse 14. If you're an officer with them, you should be an officer under the prophet. And if you're not an officer with the prophet, give us a call. We want to set up from here, using your charter, using your chic credentials. We want to share with you how you're supposed to be under the prophet in the county of Cook, in his book, in his chic book. See, that's the book of life, right? I can create a book, but that's not the book of life, right? It has no power, right? Let's get back with Allah and this divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali. With that, let us come away from arguing. Let us come away from all the bickering. If you got a beef with me and I got a beef with you, we should be able to sit down at a table and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice and clear the airwaves and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice as members, okay? No big eyes and little U's. As members under Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we should be able to come together and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to fix whatever the situation might be, because we have the answers in our Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America. Only thing we have to do is apply the lessons. But now I'm sharing with you that if you're not under the prophet, I want to share with you, make sure you're under the prophet. If you're an officer, you should be under the prophet. And if you don't want to be under the prophet, praise Allah. You want to be up under your friends, under your mans, praise Allah. I'm not here to say that everybody want it this way. But if you want to, so where you can go out and you can be a missionary in your city, in your state, and be recognized as you're doing work, not as some outlaw, not as a clandestine group, or you'd be directly under the prophet. The governments will know who you are. They will tell the people who you are, just like they know about American Red Cross, just like they know about any other society. They'll know about you as well. In love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Okay? So let us not get caught up into arguing and fighting, and let us find what good gift that you can bring to the Moorish Temple in America. And if you're an officer, how can you get those other brothers and sisters to be able to use their good gift in your temple? And then you take it and you be able to share it and give it back to the prophet. See? All this other stuff more is illusions. No one man runs the Moorish Temple of America. The prophet is on the scene. How's the prophet on the scene? Every time we read, we should be reading his words. We should be reciting Prophet Noble Drew Ali words, and through that, Noble Drew Ali is on the scene. More praises be to Allah. Praises be to Allah. So every time you get to read, even though when I was reading some things that was written or copied and there was misprints in there, but we're still giving the people the words as close as we can to what the Prophet said, not my own words. Islam, and I'm saying we got some work to do in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice in these critical moments, in these critical times. You see how the government, their government is shutting down, which means we got work to do. Who's causing that shutdown to the government? You and I, from our thoughts. Who's causing this crazy weather? You and I, from our thoughts. It's chaotic. So let us change our vibrations in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam. And let's get back to being brothers and sisters in Islam or Islamism, however you want to take it. But we are supposed to be brothers and sisters in Islam. That's how Emil wrote it during this time. He said brothers and sisters in Islam. Then I sing some right, brothers and sisters in Islamism. But we are brothers and sisters, and we got some work to do. Not to sit around and keep arguing with each other, okay? Not to keep me trying to pull your wig and you trying to pull my wig, and I'm trying to put your business out there and you trying to put my business out there. That means nothing. We have instructions from the Prophet. The Prophet said the Moorish Temple of America was founded by the Prophet Noble Ali. Aside from the fact that it is a legal, organized religious corporation, it is building on human needs. Let's get on that vibration in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. To this desirable end, in times of legit means, will be found to dispense charity and provide for mutual assistance of its members in times of distress. Well, Moors are in distress right now. To aid in the improvement of health, holistic teachings, Moors, we need you in every temple, in every city, in every state, and to encourage the ownership of better homes. Real estate, we need to be on this, Moors, okay? And to find unemployment. See, we're supposed to be giving our youth jobs, to find unemployment for our members, and to teach those fundamental principles which are desired for our civilization, such as obedience to the law, respect and loyalty to government, and tolerance and unity. We got some work to do. We want to be about that work, okay? And when you come over, he says, we, as the Moorish Temple of America, like other American citizens, know that we live here in America in harmony, friendship, and goodwill. Whatever our race and creed may be, it is only from a purely religious standpoint, it seems, at this time, where we differ from a large number of our fellow Americans. We believe in and foster the Muslim religion. We believe in the principles of its teachings insofar as they can be adopted to the American life. This is during the time of the Prophet. This is written and put in the Moorish Guide. Okay, so argue with that. Don't argue with me. We feel that the Christian religion is all right for those who prefer it. In American, listen, religious freedom is guaranteed all under the Constitution. We are interested in freeing ourselves and our children from the greatest plight, economic slavery. 30 days to fund your life. Some Moors have a problem with it. 30 days to fund your life. Everything that you have on your credit, go dispute it off. It's a group set up by Sister Cake Lover Ill. It's on Facebook, and Brother Miguel Bay. They have created templates and forms for you so where you can dispute student loans, bankruptcies, and bills, medical bills, cable bills, phone bills. 30 days to fund your life. Now, some Moors say they don't believe it, and they say it's putting the Moors back into slavery. But a lot of Moors are already into slavery because you use a social security number. You use a birth certificate. You have a business, so you have business credit. And I'll leave you in peace with that. We believe, right, this can be done by encouraging, patronizing, and establishing our own businesses, enterprises, and cultivating our own acres of land. So the prophet said, not Arnil Bay. We welcome into our fold men and women of all group, of all sections, all trades and occupations, professions of sound mind and good character. We are friends and servants of humanity. We are dedicated to the purpose of elevating the moral, social, economic status of our people. We are set about to do this through a wide and comprehensive program embodying the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And this was written during the time of the prophet living. The Moorish Science Temple America, you can find it in the Moorish Guide. Islam. So with that, Moors, we're here to do that work in those degrees in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We are not here to championship or argue with Moors about being the head, the central authority. And you know, I hear a lot of Moors speaking about being the supreme grand sheik Moors. You really don't want that strife on you. That's a headache, Moors. If it's not from Allah, you don't want to play with that, Moors, okay? And I say that in experience when our brother, our leader, had stepped away or did what he had did. Me and Brother Haru was left with a lot of things on our shoulders. And at that time, we had Brother Cujo as well, the three of us, okay? And it became where Temple A became Temple A up to about I, right? And from there, we had about 500 to 400 some members with us. Uh, and from there, Moors, it became a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, a lot of strife. You don't want to be the head. You don't want to try to sit in the prophet's seat, Moors, because from there comes a lot of hatred. Mainly if it's not designed by Allah for you to be there. A lot of people want to sit there, but they don't know what they're looking at. There's no money there. Who's ever the head's gonna have to pay whatever needs to be paid to make things happen. When the members can't give and your officers can't give, it's your duty to make that keep going in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. See, a lot of people don't know about that part. You don't want that problem and other problems that come. The death threats, the people trying to use wicked magic against you, trying to make accidents happen in your, just, you don't want that. But what we do need is more brothers and sisters who want to do some building in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Because there's a lot of brothers and sisters who are sheiks, who are officers, who are homeless. There's a lot of L's and bays who will their way to Allah, who don't have food, shelter, and clothing. So what can we do about those concerns is where Brother Arnell Bay is at with it, and those who are working with us. What can we do about our needs in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice without brothers and sisters having to go to prison, without brothers and sisters losing their life? What can we do in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? What good gift can you bring to the prophet in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? Contact us and let us work. That's what I share with in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Let us work, Moors, and leave all the arguing, the fighting alone, because the prophet already told us that that was going to happen. Be faithful unto your forefathers' divine and national creed, that you will be blessed for your good deeds that you sow in the flesh. So the prophet is telling us we got some work to do in the flesh. Allah is the one that judges the world, and his judgment is now on, but the weak comprehend it not. The end of time is drawing near. So says Allah to his divine prophet, I, noble Drali. That's why many have hearts that are turned to stone. Many have eyes to see, but cannot see, ears to hear, and cannot hear. At least they will be confounded of their sins, Muslims. It's the words of the prophet. Islam. Because he said, these are the trying hours now, dear Moors. And every evil spirit is moving. And they're trying every weak mind to drag out the true foundation that has been laid and to cause confusion in the minds of the ones that do believe. But if you have the true love of Allah and the spirit of your forefathers, you fear not what you hear or see. Listen to the prophet. But will sacrifice the utmost of your very life to protect your movement and your prophet. Watch your enemies, dear Moors. Your enemies are the ones that speak against your prophet and ridicule him to the very lords, the ones that speak against your divine and national principles of your temples. Act accordingly, and Allah will bless you for your good work. Peace, your divine prophet, Noble Drali. So what good work do you bring? I ask in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Contact us and let us work. Let us build homes. Let us build shelters. Let us build whatever we need in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Give us a call, 1-877-808-2477, extension 103, directly to myself. How can we set up transportation centers throughout the cities and states that you reside in? How can we set up nursing programs holistically in the city that you reside in? How can we set up a missionary department in the city and the state that you reside in? Those are the questions that we leave with you in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam, Islam, Islam. Praises be to Allah. Praises be to Allah. Praises be